Yes, sir.
Yo. Welcome back to the Mark Hours podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Chen?
Man, life is beautiful.
What's beautiful about life this time?
Man, you
hitting that table, man.
Oh, you can hear it?
Yes, it's crazy.
I need these headphones. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna get the part sent to you this week.
I just go on Amazon. Just tell me what it is. And then we got one here, and then you got one in the house.
True. I lost my purse. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere in the house.
This man keep calling it a burst. I'm like,
I won't call it a man bag or a purse. It's a burst.
It's the same thing.
It's a burst.
It's a boy purse. That's what you calling it. I'd rather you call it a merce. A boy purse burst sounds wild.
Okay.
Like
I lost my purse, and really, it just buried under all this wedding decorations.
Oh dang!
I have
in the house.
Amazon boxes piled up, boy.
Man, that's exciting, man.
Is it?
I mean, not according to Stephen A. But
they say you never, man. But anyway, what's good about life with you?
Yeah, man. The weather's chilling. I mean, it's raining outside right now, but it's not as hot, man.
I love it. I turn my AC off.
AC? Have you heard?
Nope. I'll open the windows up, man. Back to $60.
Man, I'm sleeping wonderful without turning on the AC. So I'm enjoying that. I am a heat guy, but for sleep,
going to sleep,
I need that. I need that cold.
Tossing and turning, man.
Man, waking up in a puddle. Like, that ain't fun.
I just watched these sheets.
I know.
And now I got to watch it again. Nah, man.
How about you, man?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good this week, man. We were supposed to link up and go to this place called, we ain't going to say the name. But we were supposed to link up and have some food and watch Deion Sanders and watch the Colorado game.
Man.
But, they had a little fake hurricane outside, and we took a rain check, But I want to talk about Deion Sanders quickly. I feel like this could be a quick episode. How do you feel about Deion? Let me start there. Like Deion now compared to Deion, because I think we all had stages. Like we had the stage where Deion first took the job at HBCU, and then we had the stage to where he left the HBCU, and now he's like kind of back on top of the world. All eyes is on him now that he left Jackson State to go to Colorado. Like, how do you feel about Deion now? Today, right now, where he's at?
I think initially, so this is after him losing the Oregon game, so this is the game 4 for them.
Yeah, he's 3-1.
Yeah,
so he already exceeded expectations for the school. The school only won one game last year.
Well, I don't want to say exceeded, but yeah, he did better than last year.
Yeah,
I think so. Right now, I have tremendous respect for Deion.
How so?
Well, let me go through the different phases.
Okay,
I'll touch on that. So right now, I think when he left the HBCU, I was a little disappointed because there was a lot of promises, and everybody say, "Well, he did what he said. He said he was going to leave when he was going to entertain those calls." But those entertaining conversations happened around the same time that he left. So it's like, it wasn't like the first year when he was at Jackson State where he was like, yeah, if somebody calls me, I'm going to leave. Like, he never said that. So, there was a little bit of like, is this man like a car salesman type of guy? Initially, I'm not a sports guy. I ain't going to lie. I didn't know who he was. So when he went to Jackson State, I ain't going to lie. When he went to Jackson State, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. He's doing something big. HBCU, he's repping HBCU. I respect this guy. The first time I really got wind of what he was doing was I Am Athlete.
Facts.
And so, he did his talk, and I enjoyed it. But now that I'm sitting here, I have to be honest with myself. Did I ever watch one of those games? Jackson State games? No.
But is that because you don't watch sports in general, though?
No, I watched.
I
watched a couple of these Colorado games, Colorado Buffaloes. I don't even know what the Jackson State.
I actually wonder.
Mascot is.
I actually wondered. I meant to ask you this. Maybe I should. No, I ain't gonna ask you off camera. I'm gonna ask you now. How do you be watching it?
YouTube.
Okay.
People be pirates. You just gotta go through. You just say the two teams playing, and look for the live. You look for the live. You click on the live.
Look for the live. And you see some guy in the corner just sitting down, just watching the game with you.
Hey man, But yeah, but right now, tremendous respect, because I remember there was something that he said during all the controversy.
What's up?
Which is like, people gonna hate you, people gonna love you, and people gonna hate you again, and people gonna love you again. But the thing is, I ain't really worried about none of that. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. Like, because I don't think his attitude ever changed. Like, Deion been the same when people hate him.
I actually want to talk about that's actually where I'm going, but go ahead, continue.
People would hate him, and when people liked him. Like, he never really was like, yo, I don't know what people mad about. Like, he was like, yeah, man, it's what it is, but we're gonna come here, we're gonna do what we came here to do.
Yeah.
And then when he was winning, he was like, yeah, people, but
it's
we're gonna come here to do it. So he never really he was never too high, he was never too low. He was just Deion the whole time. And so for me, seeing somebody, especially a black male, be like that, and not wavering when black people hate him, when white people hate him, when black people love him, when white people love him, and him be the same person in every state, in every room, you don't see that often.
No. Let me give you just some backstory on Deion. You probably know this right now, right? Deion is probably, arguably, the best cornerback to ever play football.
Yeah.
Cornerback. That's just for that position. He's probably one of the best. Probably the second best. I'll put Devin Hester as number one. He's probably the second best punt returner, kick returner, special teams guy. Very fast, very elusive, second best. We talked a couple weeks ago. I said Deion Sanders is definitely he's top 10 players of all time in the NFL. And you said, man, he may be top 5. He's that good.
Yeah.
That leads me to say he always been great. He played baseball. You know what I'm saying? He played for the Yankees. He played for the World Series and things of that nature. And I'm like, you can't really tell this man what he can't do. He been confident ever since the beginning. And you see people, I'm not gonna go so far and say he's dealing with racism and things like that. Like, I'll wait a little bit till it gets a little hotter to actually say, okay, that's racist. But, you have some coaches saying, and it was a black coach that actually said it, about, he in the press conference, he got a hat on, he got his chain on.
He's black, but
he
he had to take a second look,
he should have got his shades on.
Guess.
Deion is, you said it perfectly, Deion is Deion.
Yeah.
So I asked the question that I want to talk about, using Deion as our muse, but bring it to ourselves and other people. Do we really like confidence? Because if you want to see supreme confidence, like ultimate confidence, it's Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
But as you just talked about, the roller coaster of people liking you, people not liking you, like, if you hear any of these TED Talks, any of these motivational YouTube clips, they always talk about be confident, be the confident one in the room. People love confidence. But I'm like, do people really love confidence? Because this is what confidence looks like.
Yeah, but the thing about Deion, he proves it. So but
they still don't like it though.
Yeah, that's cool.
Go ahead.
I think the thing with, for example, Sha'Carri, when she first came out.
Shout out to Sha'Carri. She had a good. She had a great season.
She's killing it.
She had a great season.
She's killing it.
She had a great season.
And I think what she did, which I, shout out to you listening to my advice. Got off of social media, disappear from the limelight, put in that work. But when she first came out, she was talking a lot of smack. But she didn't prove herself yet.
Yeah.
Deion, like you said, proved himself
on every stage,
almost every single time. And the thing is, for somebody to prove themselves like that, they don't just talk. There's thousands, probably tens of thousands of hours behind the scenes to come out and say, "Oh yeah, I'm confident." Cause why? Cause I put in and Deion was saying people are saying I'm just starting coaching. Apparently that man been coaching for 15 years. Now
he coached. He
was coaching other.
He coaches kids.
Yeah,
he coaches kids, but he didn't coach on this level. But he
been coaching.
Yeah.
So he understands his kids very well because he's been coaching them for almost all their life. But he's been coaching kids. He knows how to talk to kids. He knows, even when during his loss, during his press conference, he was like,
it was such a good press conference.
Man, I was curious how he's going to handle.
Listen here,
Deion, same Deion.
just give respect to the other coach too. Everybody didn't like what the other coach said because they said it was racist and things like that.
Really?
I'm like,
because
man.
He was like, "We not here for clicks. We here for wins."
And they said,
that was lit.
And I was charged up.
Yeah, that was
First
lit.
of all, let me tell you about Spurs. I said, people who feel like that was racist never played on a team before. I played on a couple teams growing up, but one team that I specifically remember being part of that I was actually good at was soccer. Right? Surprisingly, I was a good defensive player in soccer in middle school. We had a black coach, and her name was Miss Nichols. I think her name was Miss Nichols, and she was our gym coach too in middle school. We were facing our rival school, Winston, and it was a black guy, two black coaches. Man, the prep talk she gave us, that's the first time I ever heard the term bootlicker. She called him a bootlicker. I'm like, this is sports, and this is middle school, and this is soccer. This is not even professional soccer to where like we gonna go on and join these Premier Leagues. We are just kids that are fat, running around kicking the ball. So I'm like, he basically said what he said to basically galvanize his team. He basically said, listen, we hear the noise, but we win the game on the grass. It's not how it would. They doing things for clicks. And here's the thing about it. Deion would tell you he's doing it for clicks.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
But Deion, we know you're doing it for clicks.
You're not doing it for clicks.
His son, Deion Sanders Jr. His son
His son's doing it for clicks.
Dude, you think
I don't think he's doing it for clicks.
Bruh, he got his son in the locker room filming everything.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
come on. I mean, no.
I'm just saying.
I have nothing against it.
No, I'm saying you're a father.
Of course I'm a
You're
father.
a father.
Well, I'm not a father, but
I'm saying, let's say you are.
Okay.
You have 3 sons.
Of course.
2 of them playing football.
And one of them is
the
great.
The oldest one is not. He wants to feel included.
Yeah.
You want to do the camera thing?
Listen here.
Come be our camera.
Listen here. When he's saying it's personal. Listen,
I think he really thought it was personal.
No, he don't. Because you don't say it's personal, get it on a hoodie. And I ain't hard to find, get on a hoodie. Like, the reason why I say he's doing it for clicks, I'm not saying it as a bad thing.
Okay.
I'm saying it as a plus.
Okay.
He's a marketing genius.
Yeah, you're right. He always been like that.
So I'm like,
you always been like
even
that.
if he don't admit it, if I had a one-on-one time with Deion, I'd be like, Deion, come on now. You know what gets the people going. Like you know how to sell. You know how to get people to put the spotlight on you because that's all you've been doing. You call yourself Primetime.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know that right now, when he do interviews with these news networks, he will only do an interview if they call him Coach Prime. Not Coach Sanders, not Coach Deion. Call me Coach Prime because that's who I am. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying it as Deion should have got beat. No, I'm saying it like he's a marketing genius. But I'm saying, is there any room in, I don't want to say corporate America, for a confident black male like Deion?
Yeah. You gotta be nice. You gotta be nice. What do you mean?
I'm scared to say that I think there's only one Deion, bro. And
every situation, LeBron.
And truth be told,
Michael Jordan.
I tell you this right now, LeBron's not as confident as Deion.
Okay, but if he wanted to.
My whole thing is,
he doesn't.
I don't even think Deion is a level of confidence that I never seen from a pro athlete before. And this is, I
would say, from anybody.
And this is, but if
I won't even put Jay-Z on.
But my whole point is, I would say, and Jay-Z calls himself Hova. Yeah, but I'm saying
that's crazy.
But I'm saying, like, the greatest athlete to me is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan was very confident, but he wasn't. Like, Deion is very.
From the stories I hear, people be saying Michael Jordan's wild.
I mean,
Michael Jordan just doesn't like the limelight. That's the only difference between him and Deion.
Because he's country. You know what I'm saying? He just want to go back down south and be.
But from what people say, that man don't like losing.
No, but
that man would talk to you crazy on the court.
But Deion, I'm like, yo. And I think that's why people felt the way they felt when he left Jackson State. Because they was like, if there's anybody who can resurrect HBCUs, there's not other black. Because Deion said, like, I'm gonna bring black coaches and stuff like that. I brought things like that, but people are like, yo, but they not you.
And he know that.
Yeah, he like they not.
Even though he said I got Ellie Lefty off the blueprint, he just recently said in Oregon, like, yeah, if I leave Oregon, ain't nobody gonna replicate you. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
same thing with Jackson.
So basically, if I leave Colorado, basically, not Oregon.
Or Colorado. No, yeah. He's like nobody will be able to do what I'm doing here.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay. Same thing with Jackson
State. Exactly. So that's why I'm like, I don't think there's a place.
Yeah.
For Deion. I mean, not Deion. I don't think there's a place for confident black people to be. I don't think there's a place for you to be that confident. Because
are you calling it confident though? Like, let's say he was the same Deion if he was losing. If he had 0-4.
That's the only reason why I say it's confidence, because he wins. He's been a winner in every state. So I will give him the respect that is confident. You get what I'm saying? Because you said even Deion, he may put that 10,000 hours in. It kind of reminds me of Floyd Mayweather in a way. Like that's what really is going to start happening with Deion. We're going to start hate watching to see, like, oh.
Black people don't hate watching.
I mean, I understand that, but like, you kind of give it. Yeah. Basically, like, that's why Floyd Mayweather only fought on Cinco de Mayo and beat up Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make y'all angry.
We got another one for you.
So, he coming in with this big hat, sombrero and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I don't think. So let me make it more trivial. Let me make it more real. What do you think would happen to you at your job if you was that confident?
I had to be that nice though.
You think so?
Yeah. I never seen a black person that confident.
But that's my point.
But I never seen a white person that confident if he wasn't good at the job. And no, I take that back.
Okay.
There's two types of confident people.
Help me.
There's the imbecile.
Okay.
The person that, like American Idol, that thinks they can sing, and then the judges tell them, no, you can't. You're not going in. They're like, no, you guys don't know talent. That's confidence. But nobody sees that as confidence. People see that as the dummy. The person that is not self-aware. Then you got the person that's just nice. And I've seen, only seen it in white people, but I'm pretty sure there's a black male out there. No, I actually saw it as my first job. Anyways, we call them 10X engineers.
10X engineers?
Yeah, we call them 10X engineers. So what that means is their work 10 times, like one of them are 10 other engineers, because they just do so much work. And they would dictate how the company works, especially in startups, because they just do so much work. You wake up the next day, it's like the thing that you had tasked out for 10 engineers for the next 2 weeks, they did it over a weekend. And it's like, those are the type, and they are usually a-holes. There's very few of them that are like really nice guys. Nobody really likes working with them because they know it all, and every other suggestion doesn't work. And the fact that they get the work done, nobody really says anything to them.
But that's what I'm saying. But you just kind of I don't know. You answered my question, but you just said they're not likable. You basically keeping them based on result base, and things like that.
Yeah.
But people love Deion.
But I think
he has a charisma. Ed Reed, I don't know if you remember Ed Reed when he went down to Florida and he was trying to replicate what Deion did. You get what I'm saying? But somebody said it perfectly. They said
I thought you played for the Ravens.
He did play for the Ravens, but I'm saying, like, after that he tried to go to HBCU and things like that. And then
I remember that.
He was like, man, y'all. I think the school was Bethune-Cookman or something like that. He was like, y'all not even clean, and this Deion ain't lie. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But people was like, somebody was like, you just don't have this charm. You can be right, but you don't know. Like, you don't know how to talk to folks. You don't know how to make people like believe in you. People, Deion said something in his press conference. He said, people not trying to beat my team. They trying to beat me. Mm-hmm. Because Deion, which I do believe this is probably a slight, if I was to give him a slight, I feel like he do put himself ahead of the team. Like, basically, he make himself, like, me. And guess what? Cool. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, who am I? You're 4-1. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's I don't think it works for black people.
But it's working for Deion.
But I'm not.
I don't think it works for white people.
Sports is different.
Have you ever? New question. Have you ever seen a white person as confident as Deion?
I think I kind of lean on your side. I seen a white person be confident and they don't know nothing, but they are accepted. Nobody view that person as like, oh, we don't like them. I think there's only a cap that black people can be confident before people be like, oh, why are you this confident? You shouldn't be that confident. You're cocky and things like that. Like it's strange.
Well, I don't know. I don't really see, but I don't really like. If you were to name me a confident white person, who would you name?
Only thing I can think of. Do you know what's funny? Who came up by?
Ooh.
The Fire Fest guy.
I won't even say he's confident. He's just a dummy. That's what I'm saying.
But are we calling him a dummy because we know how it ended?
That's what I'm saying.
Wait. But the people who was in the middle of it, in the midst of it, they believed in his plan. It had to wait to fail for them to be like, this was dumb. This was the most dumbest thing about it. He never threw a festival in his life, but people was giving money. People was believing his idea. He made an idea with a credit card, with titanium, whatever it is. And because he's this confident, because he's this whatever it is you want to call it, they was willing to listen and follow him.
We call those con artists.
Okay. That is
true. like, those people, but I wouldn't call them confident. I would just say they playing a role to scam people. The same thing with the WeWork guy. Like, those people thought he was the Messiah.
Yeah,
so, but my thing is, I never seen a Deion before, like somebody who's that confident
and that great,
like hand in hand. Like his confidence matches his greatness. Like
that's crazy.
Like it's not like he's overly confident. Like man came in, told them, "Hey, I'm coming, and I'm bringing my luggage."
And it's Louis.
And it's Louis. And the man he brought in 50 players?
I think he
50 players left.
Yeah, they left. I think he left a Louis bag in Jackson. I think he forgot an O-line.
So oh yeah. He definitely did. Yeah, he need to go back.
Listen here, the airport he lost one of his Louis luggages because boy,
that O-line.
They was scared the whole game.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. My girl, she was watching the Colorado State game. And
Deion wasn't supposed to win that game either.
Man,
Shador
saved them.
Yes.
But there was one, I think it was like a 2-point conversion. I can't remember the play. But Shador, he backs up. And as soon as he threw it, there was like 2 people coming right at him.
I mean, he almost got hit.
My girl was like, whoa, how'd those 2 people get there? I was like, I don't know. Like, that wasn't supposed to be like that. Like, where's the offensive line? But he made the pass.
It's kids, so what I mean.
He made the pass, but you could tell like that O-line is not great. But the thing is, it's like he said what he said he was going to do.
And you basically saying like, there's not a lot of people, if any, who greatness matches that confidence.
No other
because even when there's greatness, like you have LeBron's greatness, his confidence is not.
No,
it doesn't match his greatness, and that's why we kind of don't think he's Michael Jordan and things like that because we're like,
that's crazy. Because confidence should play a part in that.
Right, it should though. It should. He's 6'8", bigger, faster, stronger,
better.
He should be.
He is,
but he's missing the confidence.
I'm telling you, when that documentary comes out.
The minute LeBron put a documentary saying he's the great one, you go see a Michael Jordan documentary drop the next year. And truth be told, I sometimes fall for the what's the word? For the hype of like LeBron is better than LeBron, that LeBron is better than MJ. Then I watch an MJ highlight and I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah.
Come on, stop it. This man has done. He won championships on every team he played for.
Yeah.
This man only won one championship.
He also lost championships on every team he played for too.
Okay. But the man went to another team. Didn't even come on, stop it. Same age. Not able to keep up with the. Come on, stop it. Yo, this is LeBron Daco from high school to now. He's still great.
Now listen here. LeBron matched his greatness, the expectations. I never heard of a senior basketball player to the level of expectation that mattered.
That's fair.
But once he lost in Miami. And then, like, he always deferred. That was his thing. He's a great scorer. Matter of fact, he's probably one of the greatest scorers. He owns the record for the most points in the league. But I don't think I think with black people, and I may be going on a ledge, I think we sometimes taper our confidence and kind of be humble because it can.
I don't agree.
You don't think so?
Because all the confident people are quote unquote what we consider confident.
And I'm not talking about sports. I'm not only talking about sports either.
I'm talking about it.
And period.
Look at. Like, you ever talk to a black woman who's on business?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna tell. They gonna tell you, show you, have you, give you references, talking about how great they are. I feel like this, and people would say maybe that's a crutch. I don't think it's a crutch.
You actually think it's a plus?
Yeah, not in that way. Like saying like, oh, they're overcompensating.
Okay.
But I don't think they're overcompensating. Like, even people don't like Kanye West. And Kanye West say, yeah, maybe it's a crutch. I don't think it's a crutch. I think he proved to himself so many times. He said, oh, I'm going to be the best producer. Became the best producer. Or I'm going to be one of the greatest rappers. Became the greatest rapper. Or I'm going to have the best fashion warehouse. Fashion house.
Change.
He changed fashion. Now everybody's doing street fashion. Louis, all these people that was doing suits are now doing street fashion because of Yeezy. Like so when you prove these things to yourself over and over again, despite the limitations because of your skin color, you think you're a superhuman.
But
that's why black women who are black and women, when they do great things,
oh yeah, you gonna hear about it.
Oh, let's stand on business. And I think that just comes with you proving the impossible to yourself and to everybody else who doubt you. You got to talk your stuff. Whereas if you're, and shout out to all my peoples. I love y'all. My brothers, my Caucasian brothers and sisters. But if you had to face adversity, you're like, yeah, it was supposed to happen. I was supposed to go to college. I was supposed to. My father owns the business. Of course, I was going to.
I'm going to work for him.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's all white people. I'm not one of those people that all white people are privileged like that. But for those who usually are billionaires, they usually inherit that business from, their father. Like, you remember that? I don't know if you've seen it. There was a video I sent you on IG where this guy goes to people's houses and asks them like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?"
Yeah.
And he went to one of the houses. He's like, "What do you do for a living?" And the woman's like, "Oh, I'm retired. My husband, he sells marijuana." But we didn't own this house. My parents owned this house, and we got it from them 2 years ago when they passed away. But we wouldn't be able to live here if it wasn't for them. And that's really
the story.
So like, are you gonna be confident if you didn't put in that work versus somebody like LeBron, who, well, I guess you don't consider LeBron confident, but even Michael wasn't a top pick.
No.
But now, he's one of the greatest players of all time. And during his golden era, of course, I'm talking about, I just won 2 championships back to back. You think I'm not going to win? No, I'm saying during his third run. Yeah. His third run.
I mean, he won
and then I went to the baseball. And I came back and did it again.
I'm just saying he won 3 champions back to back twice. I'm just saying.
But I'm saying during his first run, the third year, I'm talking crazy. I just won 2. You think you gonna stop me? And then I go play baseball and come back and I won 2 again? You think the game, like, come on. So I feel like black people are more because you go through that adversity that's challenging. Yeah. And you prove to yourself that I'm able to do it.
And I understand that. And I'm not a Michael Jordan defender. You keep saying he won 2 back to back. He won 3 back to back.
I know he won 3 back to back, but I'm saying during the third year, he's telling people I won 2 back to back. So of course I'm gonna win this. Like,
that's crazy.
Like, can you imagine not winning any games? Well, I guess he went to. Did you go to the playoffs? No. Every playoff he won the champion, right?
No. He lost. He went to the playoffs and lost sometimes. Who, Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I thought every playoffs
the finals. In the finals, every finals he won and never went to Game 7.
So to win 2 championships and the third champion, like the third time you play,
how do you stop yourself from being cocky then?
It's not cocky. You proved it to yourself.
Okay. So basically,
I'm the champion. Like, how can I tell you I'm not the champion when I just won 2?
So you basically saying because black people would disagree with you now. Okay, now we cooking with grease now. It took us a while to get here.
Let's do it.
People would say Deion Sanders is cocky. Is it possible for Deion to be cocky?
How? He just proved to y'all.
People love. There's some black folks that love the fact. Now, granted, some of them.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Mr. Jason.
But like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That want to see him nailed to the board. So my whole thing is, they will say he's cocky. Is it possible for someone to like Deion to be cocky? Someone who proved it, or is it just always confident? And if you always proved it, is there ever a chance to where what you prove become expired and then it turns into cockiness?
I don't even know. So what exactly did this guy say that was even confident? Like what would he have done or said
Deion?
to prove to for somebody to misconstrue his confidence to cockiness?
Well, first of all, it always starts with a premeditated thought.
Okay.
So it starts with you was coaching HBCU. This is the real leagues.
Yeah.
Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like.
Okay.
So
and you think you're gonna do something?
And you think you won over here? You gonna be playing real teams?
Yeah.
Hey, you get the coded language of what people really mean.
Yeah.
Like basically, you don't get to play Bethune and you don't get to play Savannah. You go play USC.
Yeah.
You go play the Oregons. You go play the Georgias. You get what I'm saying? Like
it's not the black league.
Now, granted, that don't mean that there ain't black players for these teams. Granted, there's black players everywhere. It's football.
We know the people that run it.
You get what I'm saying?
Coaches.
So they saying, you never did this before.
We playing with real coaches.
And for Deion to come and say, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing Louis bags with me.
And we're winning.
Actually, I also think, truth be told, hip-hop plays a big part in this. Because when they see Deion, they see a black man and they kind of see flashes of hip hop. He got the gold chain, he got the jewelry, he got the shades. He's flashy. His son, one of his sons, well, not one of his sons, the quarterback. His celebration is him flashing his rollie. You get what I'm saying? Like he has a Rolls Royce that he drives on campus. You get what I'm saying?
Shout out to the NIL.
So like it all like hip hop influenced everything.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Especially with black folks, it seems.
Yeah.
So when they see Deion, they're like, how you gonna say like first of all, you should humble yourself because you never been here before. You never tried this before.
I see what you're saying.
And so like they would say it's cockiness. For you to come on here and say and think that you're gonna just come over here and just run things like you did back then. Who do you think you are, black man? You get what I'm saying? But I wonder if a white coach was to do the exact same thing, would they be met with that same?
I think so.
I don't.
But they have a different culture. But I have yet to see a white person do something like this.
Mm-hmm. But also white coaches. But here's the thing about it: white coaches, and I think it is a culture thing. White coaches who is that good still don't talk. They don't talk like this.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a culture thing where we. Because there's so much that we have to go through, we're not going like it goes back to, and maybe I had to walk this back, but how people view graduations. Like if you're the first one to graduate from school, or just being a black person graduating with multiple degrees, you're gonna tell everybody. Versus like
you gonna act a fool, man.
Versus like Max from Max from First Take.
Shout out to Max.
I just learned he went to Columbia and he was in Ivy League. And
I think I told you that. You're like,
but I also heard it from Steve A. when he was on Joe Budden podcast. And he was like, he's a very intelligent guy, blah, blah.
I think intelligence is kind of underselling it.
Yeah.
Because Stephen A. is an intelligent guy. But even Stephen A. said in school he struggled.
Yeah.
And Max was genius. You get what I'm saying?
So I think there's definitely a cultural thing where it's like you don't brag on yourself, but so I don't know.
But I think that's what I'm coming to. Like you don't. So you're saying?
So I don't think
a white person don't brag on themselves. Is what you're saying.
So I think if a white person did the same thing Deion's doing, they probably not like that either. But hey. Not a lot of people as great, even white or black, are as great as Deion. I would probably wouldn't like it either if it wasn't Deion.
So for Deion and using him as a muse, there's no such thing as him being cocky.
No.
Really?
Like, if he was a different type of cocky, like if he was like, "Yo, we're not losing any games," I'm like, "Okay, Deion, relax."
He said, "Well, put it like this." He did give himself some room to improve. He said, "Listen, y'all better get me now, because this the worst that we ever gonna be."
But even during every press conference, that even the ones he won, he was like, "Yo, we got to clean up some things."
Of course.
Like he said that he wasn't like, "Oh yeah, I knew this was gonna happen."
Of
course. Like it's not like he's just. That's why I'm saying he's not even killed. Like he's definitely high. But he stays high the whole time. Mm-hmm. Like even when he lost this game, he was like, "Yeah, we got to work on some things. Mm-hmm. We got to work on some." But shout out to the coach.
He also said, "Y'all better get me now, because it's the worst that we gonna be. Like y'all better get me now."
I think so.
I mean, look, Deion's a great speaker. If there's anything that Deion can do, if he can't coach, he can recruit. Yeah. He could definitely walk into somebody's house and definitely talk somebody parents to giving them their child to play football. But for sure.
I do think if Deion does as well, and this is why I'm like, maybe there's always I don't know if he talks to God, and that's between him and God.
I mean, he do put God first. At least he.
That's true. He never prayed in a white predominant school.
That's what he portrays. Yes.
But even at this level, and for him to do what he's doing now, I'm telling you, it's going to open up doors. The next black person is not going to be as great as Deion. Yes. Okay. Cool.
It going to open doors for who? It only going to open doors for Deion.
Black coaches.
You
don't think so? If he does great,
I think Deion's a 1-on-1.
Yeah. But there's definitely other. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? If he wins. If you let's say in a perfect world, he wins the championship.
He wins the championship. Not happening, but I feel you.
Yeah, okay. Damn, people be hating. We don't know. But yeah. I saw the organ.
You see that O-line?
They only 10 plays. 10 rank.
That's not even Georgia. In Georgia, they all big. But go ahead. But okay, Deion wins the championship. Let's just say, I think Deion is such a one-on-one. He is such a one-on-one mode. Mm-hmm. It will only open doors for Deion.
But guess what? Bitcoin is one-on-one. But guess what? People bought Dogecoin. people bought Logan coin. People bought all these different coins. The thing is, people buy into hype. And because Deion looks a certain way, they're gonna say, "Oh, Ray Rice." Not Ray Rice, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis. Sorry, Ray Rice. I hope you are going to therapy. And,
that's years ago.
It's good. In a better place now.
Listen, don't hold it against him. He just get into football.
No, I'm just saying, I'm hoping he's in a better place, you know, and blessings to your wife.
Okay.
I hope you're in a safer environment. Okay. But Ray Lewis, if Deion wins, you think Ray Lewis can't get a coaching job in college football as head coach? You know, Ray Lewis' speeches. I would even argue Ray Lewis' speeches is probably better than Deion's.
Yes.
Is he as charming as Deion?
No.
Probably not.
Not close to it.
But as far as a coach, I would argue he's a good coach.
I wouldn't argue
that. I wouldn't argue that. But I could argue. I would argue that people would believe he could be a good coach
because they're trying to find another Deion.
And the hype that Ray Lewis might bring to a school.
That's what Ed Reed was supposed to do.
Yeah, but Ed Reed is not.
He's not Ray Lewis. That's right. But.
So I'm not saying like it would just bring the random black coach that been playing HBCUs or high school football for 10 years.
My only fear, which I'm trying to get to this point, is I think when it comes to black folks, just using Deion as an example, okay, he's confident, there's excellence, but eventually I think what's going to hurt him, and when I say hurt him, I don't mean like actually hurt him. I think people are just waiting for the "I told you so."
Yeah.
And besides, because they want you to act a certain way, even it. That's why I'm like, okay, if it just made this topic wouldn't be a topic of mine if he only made white people uncomfortable. Because I'd be like, man, forget y'all. You get what I'm saying?
Then he make white people. There's always gonna be that subgroup.
Yeah, but it's always like a black group that's like you needed some humble pie. And I'm just like,
why?
I'm like, bruh.
Why? Now that you say that out loud, I'm like, why? Why does he need to be humbled?
Because people don't like.
Why can't Georgia be humbled? Y'all can't win every year.
And they won like 2 years in a row. because or Nick Saban. Nobody says Nick Saban got to be humbled in Alabama and things like that. And if he was to talk about how great he was and things like that, they would be like, "No, you are." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But with Deion, they not only because he won, because if he was to win the national championship, it would just ignite them more to like he needs to be humble. He needs to be humble. That's why I'm like, I don't think there's a place here on earth in America, let's start with America, that a black man could be that confident without even his own folks start feeling some type of way about it.
Yeah, but people insecurities are always going to affect.
And that's why I say with especially with insecurities, I just don't think there's a place for it. Now with me, I want it to happen. But I just don't think if he goes and win against USC, that's gonna be a tough game to win. Like people love, and granted, this subgroup, we don't really pay no attention to them. Like they don't move the needle at all. To be honest, they just talking it to the wind. But I'm like, if Deion can't be confident, who can be confident? If Deion can't be the ultimate confident, who can be confident? You said it yourself. Every sport he been the top in, except baseball. But he only did baseball part time. Who knows what he would have been full time with baseball? If he can't be this confident, who can? I can't because I'm not the best at my job. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, what you say? You hate fake humility?
Yeah.
We live in a culture where that's the case. My mentor, who I think we probably the same age, he just got married. He said, "Congratulations to you," because I told him my friends get married. So
I'm about to say I don't know who this person is.
he just got married. And he said, "Congratulations." Okay. Anyway, my mentor.
I sent him my cash app.
Oh yeah, just send me out forward too.
Yeah, thank you.
We was talking about it because I'm trying to get promoted, even though I only been there for a couple months. Shout out to my little sis. She's another mentor of mine. But yeah, I told him that my manager said it might be a slim chance, and he was like, and I was like, I asked him because he was like, if you want to get to the next level, you need to start writing more documents. Just start writing things and put your name on it so people can see a paper trail of you doing work outside of just code. So I asked my manager, I was like, hey, can I do this? She was like, yeah, let me look into it. A couple of weeks later, she was like, yeah, I asked them, the higher ups, and they was like, you know what, you too junior to be doing this. So, I don't know if you could do it. So I told my mentor, I was like, hey, I asked to do it. They said no. And then and he was like, what? They said no. He's like, this is what you're going to do. You're just going to do it anyways. And then if they have a problem with it, they're going to say something. If they don't, cool, it's done. And usually people don't care how it got done. They just care that it got done. And he's like, and I was like, oh, I could do it. He's like, just see what happens. What, they're going to fire you for doing extra work? Like just do it. I was like, okay. And then he was like, you know what? You know what you need to work on? He was like, you need to just be confident in things that you do. And he was like, even if you're wrong in doing something, next thing, the only thing you're going to get from that is that now you know what to do next time. He's like, if you say the wrong thing with confidence, people going to check you or people going to believe you. And then, if you find out that you was wrong, you apologize. You don't, well, he didn't say apologize. He's like, you tell them, oh, okay, my bad, and then you go on with the next. But the thing that people believe in is not how well you do things or how knowledgeable you are, but how confident you are. And so I do agree. I mean, maybe for Deion, people are not used to people being great.
And trust me, he got this job
because of confidence.
Yes.
Okay, if he was just great.
There's a lot of good coaches out there. And
the fact that he people even came to his school is because he knows how to say, believe in me, we're going to win. And guess what? 55 points.
Exactly.
So confidence helps a lot. And the fact that people are mad about it, because people are like, yo, this is not fair. The fact that he got, he's misusing the portal. He was able to just remove. It's like, bro, if you can't do it, just say you can't do it
and leave.
Like that's what a coach is supposed to do. Coach not just supposed to coach. He's supposed to recruit. He's supposed to recruit and coach. Like those are the key components. The school is not there to uplift players. They trying to win and make some money.
No, they trying to make money.
But the only way you make money is if you win.
I heard Colorado made $96 million. The city made $96 million.
Come on, man.
I said immediately Deion. Come on, man. I said Deion is underpaid.
Come on, man.
He's underpaid.
Hey, man. The fact that he what was it, $30 million for his contract?
Yeah.
And the whole alumni pulled their money together to make sure he got paid. Come on, man. like you don't. That doesn't happen unless you have confidence.
The donors is yep.
So I get what people are saying.
Now stop right there.
Yeah.
Don't make it a you thing. Don't get too personal. But when your mentor told you, yo, just do it. Work on your confidence. What was hesitant about it? Like, what made you go like, I don't know.
I don't want to rock the boat.
Okay.
And that's the thing that confidence help you do. It overcomes you being scared of rocking the boat. Because rocking the boat, I think there's two parts to it, right? Confidence help you get over the idea of failure and embarrassment.
Okay.
And I think real confidence is being sure of yourself.
Facts.
Like Deion, when he got to that press conference after that Oregon game, he wasn't like, no, he was talking. Like he was talking. And he's like,
he's still on everything. He's still the persona.
He was like, hey, do you guys feel like, I don't know what question they asked him, but they asked him like some BS question about like, you guys think you guys weren't ready. He's like, no, we thought we was ready,
but we lost.
It happens. So like it wasn't like, and he wasn't running from no question. No. God said, hey, it's time to go. He's like, no, I got some time to ask more questions. I ain't got nothing else to do. Like,
there go that charm. it just don't know the charm thing.
But it's sureness of self. And sureness of self, I think, in any situation, whether it's failure, whether it's rejection, whether it's all those things, make sure that when you perform some type of action, that the outcome doesn't dictate what type of person you are.
It doesn't dictate the confidence either.
And my thing is, I'm not in the most senior role, and I'm doing senior stuff. And I don't feel like I'm a senior engineer. Like the senior engineers and staff engineers, they're able to just make decisions and do things. My level, I still gotta go to my manager. He's saying, hey, if you want to be at that level, move like you're in that level. And so for me, it was more so like, okay, even though I'm at this level and I don't feel like I'm at that level yet, I'm talking code right now. There's 2 levels above that I'm at right now that I want to get to at some time in my career.
Yeah.
Right now, I was just talking about the next level. I'm definitely at the next level.
You're definitely at the next level, but you're trying to get 2 steps.
But he's telling me, don't move like you're trying to get to the next level. Move like you're trying to get to 2 levels from now. And they would have no choice but to give you that promotion because you're not even doing what you're supposed to be doing in the next level.
You're doing more.
You're doing what you're supposed to be doing in 2 levels. And up.
And that's where and maybe I need to talk to your mentor and things of that nature because I'm like that. To me, I feel like that is something that is taught. That's something because I think what is natural is kind of how like you explain it. Like you don't want to rock the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, like, I got a good job and things like that.
You don't want to be embarrassed.
You know what I mean? You don't want to be embarrassed, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of did ask already. They said don't worry about it. It's like things like that. Confidence sometimes go against the grain. You get what I'm saying? And my thing is, like for Deion, he very goes against the grain.
Yeah.
Of how a coach should look, how a coach should talk. He has a theme music. You get what I'm saying? Like they feel like, bruh, like you need to be humbled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what steps did your mentor make? And maybe down the line we talk to where I don't believe you born with that. I believe some things gotta be tested.
Nah, some people are born with that.
You think so?
Hey, you see little kids doing things like, when I was your age, I was too embarrassed to do something like that. Like kids that just be up on stage dancing. While everybody else is, like in the choir, just.
But there's ignorance and there's confidence. I think confidence is knowing that you can be embarrassed and still be like, forget it. When you're a kid, you're just thinking, I just want to dance. I don't think you really used or know what embarrassment is. Dependent. I'm going by how I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that I could be rejected, knowing that I could probably get in trouble for this, it's like, I don't want to rock the boat and things like that. Some kids like, I just want to dance. I love to dance. I'm just free will. I just want to dance instead of, if we go use that dance example. But that's what my whole point I was trying to get to. It probably took me a while to get there. Of like, to be that confident, you're going to ruffle some feathers. And I'm not even talking about white people feathers. You're going to ruffle people that's in your proximity. Because people feel like they got to put a cap on your confidence. Like, you shouldn't be that confident. Like, Chin, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be thinking 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. Chris, you shouldn't be thinking 4 or 5 steps ahead. You shouldn't be doing multiple things, multiple channels, because, you shouldn't be that confident.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people really have a problem, or maybe I should reword it instead of saying with confidence. People would rather be fake humble to be safe than to actually live in their confidence. And this is what living in your confidence look like. It looks like Deion Sanders. And you may not like it. Confidence, it rubs you the wrong way. It kind of makes you feel like we were watching a Colorado and Colorado State game
at 1 a.m. People would say it was the best game ever saw in college football history.
We was watching that. But my whole thing is confidence attract eyes, and guess what? When it attract eyes, you could rather be embarrassed, like how the team lost, or you can prove yourself. But like I said, I just wanted to touch base on that to see, like, is it possible for any of us to reach that level of confidence of Deion?
No, but because
we're
not gonna be that great.
We ain't gonna be that great at anything we do.
You gotta be that great. I'm sorry, you got to. You have to.
But listen, even with his greatness, people still feel like he shouldn't be that confident, even though he literally is top 5 football players of all time. And because people would be like, coach is a different thing. You are the bottom of the coaches. I'd be like, sure.
Yeah, and maybe their threshold for greatness is higher. Maybe they need to see 2-3 championships. Because after you see 2-3, people don't talk about Floyd. I mean, I guess they do because they say he didn't fight nobody, really. So maybe they would just find a new excuse. I don't know.
Pretty much.
I don't know.
People always find an excuse to discredit you.
The only reason he won 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 championships is because he used to mistreated the pro and everybody like. So who knows? Who knows what wild excuse that somebody would bring? But I feel like if you're that great and you prove to people when people said before, that's why I'm like with Kanye, you can't say that man's not genius. Because he said that he was going to do something. People say, you're not going to be able to do this. And he did it over and over and over again. People's like, you going to make a Christian album?
Albums. I still listen to the album.
So for me, if you could prove to yourself, or prove not to yourself, if you could prove that you're great, and when you talk your talk, people going to, like now, Sha'Carri, people going to listen. Like, and even the Jamaican people are giving her hugs.
But you realize that she's not, even though she's proven it, she's not talking like how she used to talk.
That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, usually people accept you if you just quiet about it. They say, act like you've been there before. So I'm like, even though Sha'Carri proved her greatness, if she was to come out and talk to the level of the greatness she's shown this season in track, that wouldn't be accepted still, bro.
But the thing is, she didn't get the gold yet.
She didn't get the Olympics yet?
She didn't get the gold.
So once she get the Olympics,
tell me, if she breaks the world record,
I hope she does.
If she breaks that and she talks some mess, who's gonna say something?
They go wait till the next time she run to be like, hey.
But she broke the record. Like who's gonna say?
But
that's why.
But that's ifs.
Hussein could do this every time. If he was third place and he did that, what are you doing, bro? You're third place.
That's wild. Anything else?
Nah. I mean, I think we covered everything.
Yeah,
man.
I think confidence just rub people the wrong way, man.
You know, my favorite Jay-Z quote.
What is your favorite Jay-Z quote?
My man said, when I want to do something, somebody's going to tell me I can't do it. And he was like, no. You can't do it. Don't tell me why I can't. Man.
It's funny about it. Jay-Z not even your favorite rapper.
No. He might be top 3, 4. He moved up a lot.
Oh, he did?
Over the years.
Yeah. But y'all be good, man. Blessings.